for our section today. I believe today we have an Everyday Buddhism chapter, which are my absolute favorites. Okay, let's see. Everyday Buddhism. The evolution of ideas. The evolution of ideas. The writer states, growing up, I spent several years living in Mexico, speaking both English and Spanish in my home. I remember feeling concerned about my accent. The American accents on TV were different from the ones I'd heard growing up in Texas, while the people in Mexico City spoke Spanish with a different accent than I did. I wanted to be sure I had the right accent. Similarly, when I first started studying Buddhism, I wanted to study the right kind. Was that Theravada, Zen, something else entirely? But ideas, like languages, change over time. People have developed different American accents in different regions of the United States. And the Spanish spoken in Mexico is different than the Spanish spoken in other Latin American countries and in Spain. Likewise, Buddhism has evolved to fit different cultures and time periods. There's no wrong or right form of Buddhism to practice, just like there's no right or wrong accent in which to speak English or Spanish. The Buddha said that the greatest of all teachings is the teaching of impermanence. I love that. How could Buddhism possibly stay the same in a world that's constantly changing? You can learn something from all of the various Buddhist traditions, finding which teachings ring true for you and resonate with your specific personality or learning style. And as you change, your practice can change with you. That is one of my favorite parts about Buddhism, is that it changes with time. It adapts, you know. So when I was studying yoga and yoga philosophy in Greece, my teacher said that at first she was very against the use of social media. You know, it's not very zen. It's not very yoga of her to want to, you know, practice and preach the philosophy on social media. But she reminded herself that times are changing and it is okay to adapt. And if her posting about different yoga postures or just anything that she wants to share with the world, any information she wants to give, if that benefits someone, if someone's going to read that, then it's worth it, you know. If she could reach a wider audience, that's just the time period that we're living in now. And it is okay to adapt and conform to that. I hope that makes sense to you. It sure made sense to me.